Welcome once again, everyone, to live Skittles from Wallingford Sports Park in South Oxfordshire. For more live Skittles, Lads Night Out, the away team this evening against the Gutter Nutters.
Better toss the toss. Right on the chalk.
The Nutters are third in the league. Lads Night Out fourth, but there's 12 points between them, and the lads will want to be clawing some of that back. They have a game in hand against the Nutters, but they'll want to make that advantage count for something. The captains have just tossed. Who won, gentlemen?
I won.
Wow.
Yes.
Well done.
Second week in a row.
Second week. Second.
You've opted to and put us in first.
We have.
And to be honest, I would have probably made the same decision if I'd won the toss.
It's the usual decision.
But I think on this time, I'm happy to be getting us off underway, and we can have a nice clean game.
It would be a clean fight.
Get us chalked up. So I'll run you through the teams for Gutter Nutters. We've got, as I reach for my commentary glasses, Nye in first, followed by Becky, Lance, Stuart, Jerry and Dave. The Lads Not Out, it's me, Simon, followed by Rob, Matt, Tom, Brian and Alan. Sticking up for us this evening is young Tom. Thank you very much, Tom. My goodness, Lads Night Out have gone for the cheese-based snacks early. Quavers, nuts and mini cheddars are the weapons of choice. So, Captain Matt put the Gutter Nutters in first, and so Nye takes the first ball of the evening. It's a super kingpin hit to start us off.
What are the energy levels of sticker up the Tom here, do you think?
Yeah, Tom the sticker upper is on his second game. He's going to be doing 2 consecutive stickings up, but I think he's been in training, which has basically involved sleeping 14 hours a day and eating me out of house and home. So, final ball for Mike. He clips it. No, Friday, half day. 6 scored, which means it's me up next. Very early. I'm disappointed that only myself and Brian have gone for Christmas knitwear or t-shirts.
Excellent reply from Simon there. Same. 5 down from the king. First ball. Ooh, very similar. Then a nil. We need dry cloth. Well, can you moisten it now? It's absolutely. Oh well. Is he all square? Can't knock it.
No.
It was a lovely first ball. I'm just going to knock the fact that the second ball just felt like I needed a bit more purchase than a moistened cloth would have provided. But I completely forgot to check.
Dress the alley there in the woolen.
I've gone for the
Rare.
well, you say woolen, but I'm going to say there's an awful lot of man-made fibre. Judging by the profuse sweating that's already occurring in my armpit regions and the slight static, I'm feeling a sort of a static build-up.
It's very mild.
We were instructed by a captain to wear Christmas jumpers for the last game of the season.
Sorry, I missed that.
And so did he, apparently.
I instructed and then failed.
I don't even own a Christmas jumper, so made a dad damn bit of difference.
Anyway, enough of this nonsense talk about jumpers. Let's have a look at Beck. Who's
It's not nonsense. We've been examining the stats on woolen wearing or no woolens.
I don't like it. As we said, this might come off, but Becky now, has she got the pickup? Oh, that's unfortunate. Not to take an extra one, but that puts it on. Another 6. So far, after 2 have thrown for the Gutter Nutters, they're on 12. After 1 has thrown for the out 6. So we're looking to Rob here, the Welsh wizard, to produce at least a 6 to keep everything on an even keel. Yeah, I am sweating. I don't know whether it's the nerves of the live broadcast or whether it's just literally the complete lack of breathability.
There's a lot going on, isn't there? You know, you've got the jumper, you've got the contest,
I had to set up
the dashing around.
Yeah, stress.
It's hectic, this Skittles.
It is.
Good opening for Rob here.
Lovely. Now then, there's a chance here with this angle for him to build a little lead for us.
Have you got anything?
Wow.
6.5.
Wow. The sticker upper did the right thing and just left that pin alone while he collected the balls, but unfortunately,
One hell of a wobble.
that was a really big one. Everyone was just silently holding their breath, watching to see what would happen. But unfortunately, the inevitable. So, all square after 2 have thrown, 12 pins apiece. Now then, in comes Lance. Now, this is the first time we'll have seen Lance on video this season. But of course, the rub, dear viewer, is that Lance used to play for us.
Looked up Lance's stats. His average for the LNO.
Even more gallingly, he's apparently had a very good start for his new team. Let's see now. He needs to pull out some few more pins here for his third. Oh, perhaps the stress of performing in front of his former colleagues and perhaps former friends.
Lance is a current friend of ours.
No, I'm only joking.
He's going to be going against the Skittles gods.
Yeah.
You're more likely to knock over one of Lance's going by laughing really loudly.
Well, he has won the top. 2 on the trot. Out of 6. So we have 4 shots lost. Now then, Matt, the lad's not out. Ooh. Missed the kingpin. Only took out 2 from the rear. But the angles are all still there for a good one. There's that kingpin. He knew exactly where it was. He was just teasing us. Lance scored a 5. Oh! That scores an excellent 8.
Agree.
Probably a 9.
It's a lovely start.
So Matt's 8 brings the lads up to a total of 20 against 17 for the Gutter Nutters. Next up,
Harley Simon, why? Just to say he's playing back.
I've adjusted the sensitivity of the microphone so we shouldn't pick up too many copyright strikes today. Also, to be fair, we don't have that absolute blasting jukebox issue that we had a couple of games ago. Now then, Stu for the Nutters. Ooh, uncharacteristic. Stu, one of those dangerous players who's quiet on the alley, quiet in life as well, but my goodness, when the chips are down, he bashes them in. Oh, sailed through. That was unlucky. A cry of unlucky from his captain, and I think that was. He'll be very disappointed with the form of Stu based on his previous form. Still, that gives them, after 4 have thrown, Gutter Nutters a very slim 1 pin lead, 21. However, Lads Night Out have only 3 have thrown, so Tom now, if he scores 2 points, he'll give us a lead of 1, and anything north of that builds the advantage that Matt won for us. A little bit loose there. Little grimace from Tom there. He wasn't sure what went on there. Oh, now he's done the mirror image shot. A wry smile and a laugh from him, but now then. He's pulled a 3. He's pulled a 3. So Lads Not Out still have the lead, but it's slightly reduced after 4 have thrown for both teams. It's 23 pins to the Lads, 21 to the Nutters.
We don't want to make it easy, do we?
We don't.
There's got to be an element of jeopardy.
Well, you've helped us in that by losing the toss 4 times previously, haven't you? So
It's not been a great start on the tossing front.
no. Now here comes Jerry wearing his Dutch ancestry with pride, with the orange top.
Nickname is William.
Now then, a bit unlucky not to follow through with the ball. Now then, final ball for Jerry. What can he do here? Oh, just nicked the kingpin. Now the Gutter Nutters have decided in their wisdom that a 7 deserves a clap, but literally just a clap.
Yeah, they get a
single thunderclap, but that's it. It's a sort of a, I don't know, damned with fate praise, really, isn't it? Whereas, you know, we like to give a smattering of applause for a 7.
Yeah, we don't have those kind of rules years gone by. Anything quite a new team.
So, what's that? Is that put them on to 28?
Yes.
Yes, 28 pins for Gutter Nutters after their 5th has thrown. 23 for the Lads with Brian in at number 5. Brian now has the only other team member who got the memo and is wearing something vaguely festive.
Tom was sat out the tin today.
You may remember from one of our previous matches we focused in on Brian's abstract Christmas t-shirt. Went down a storm on social media, I've heard. People asking where he got it.
Really?
Yeah. Now then. Work to do here with his 3rd ball.
That's 5.
That's only all square, isn't it?
That ties everything up. So
Of course it is.
pretty much it's the 2 anchor chaps that will decide this first leg. All square at 28. Dave will have the honour from Gutter Nutters, Captain Dave, and of course for the Lads it will be former skipper Alan. Now then,
Dave is a sort of safe pair.
Dave is a safe pair, riding quite high in the individual averages at the moment. Oh, and you can see why. Not only was it a powerful kingpin strike, but the angle was just right to ensure he would take more than 1 or 2 with it. He's left himself a tricky split here. Oh yeah.
It's always like Dave.
I mean, you've got to play that centre pin, haven't you, and try and knock for a right-hander. Try and knock 2 out. Yes, that's what he went for. Leaving the 2 wing pins. Well played, Dave. We'll give you a round of applause, even if your team won't.
That was well done, actually.
So a target's been set. 35 pins at the end of the first leg. The score for Gutter Nutters. So Alan, the left-handed former skipper, requires 7 for the draw.
Play your own game.
8
Just relax
for the win. I've just noticed he's wearing the Mr. Big Hands t-shirt. This is a bit of a lucky talisman, along with the favourite pants. Mr. Big Hands is in the house with his big hand. Great first ball, and he's left the mini king situation here with the 4th Skittle diamond. Didn't want it. He's just toying with them.
This is a bit close.
It is a bit close.
This is rather nerve-wracking.
7 for the draw. A reminder, dear viewer. 8 for the win.
Yes.
Oh, and Takes the win by the single pin.
Alan, that was
Fantastic 8 for Alan. What a cool delivery under pressure. Lads not out. Take the first leg, 36 spins to 35. Take the match score to 2 points to 0. Leg 2, we have the honour. You need to throw first. I'll see you shortly.
Yeah, it's one of those where my first thought was, I'm going to take it from over here. Then I had a moment's doubt. I thought, I did this the other day. And my doubt confused me. Just go with what the fucking thought.
Yeah, go with your heart and your gut.
I'll lose a meal today, but after that.
You can walk tall, yeah. Because that was pressure.
It's a shame the sort of runaway is disappeared. Just escape the fine zone. You've just escaped the fine zone there, someone.
First ball felt quite nice. Second ball was obviously a disaster.
Did you bring the speaker?
Yeah, it's over there. It just went off for some reason. Yeah, but that first ball was lovely.
It did feel nice. But yeah, I also find that the cloth, although it's been dampened,
Yeah, it's crystalline damp.
it's a little bit dry for my tastes.
Yeah, you might have to get the cloth in your own hands and moisten it to the level of dampness you require. I mean,
And then let everyone else suffer. I
don't think anyone feels it.
do quite like it dripping,
Yeah,
I'm afraid.
I think. I'm keen to have an opportunity to moisten, but without a fully moistened cloth, it
Now
feels
then.
a little bit direct.
Neither has scored a 4 and rather let me get away with my under par 5.
Yeah, that's always a pleasing one, isn't it?
So that does take the lads after the first 2 have thrown. Sorry, the first 1 have thrown for each team in the second leg to a 1-pin lead. Now Rob for the lads now. Another superb
very
first
fine
ball. Beautifully done. Now I can't remember if I've paid my pound.
Well, we've got. I don't know.
No, I don't know either. No. I did bring pounds.
I don't know if this is.
I think I must have done because I'm sure I had 3 £1 pounds.
Just the one, Dave. Just the one.
7 for Rob there. So lads night out after 2 have thrown are on 12 in leg 2 here. 8 Bex needs to bring things level. It's quite a big ask, but Bex is a bit of a veteran, holds her nerve, doesn't get rattled easily. She's got a game face on as well. She's disappointed with herself, a little bit of self-chastisement. Oh no. This is very much against Beck's usual kind of form here. Can she come up with that big final shot? I know, the tension is palpable.
Because you can easily get a big score in one ball. That's better. That's alright. What's she got there?
3.
Yeah.
Just the 3. You know what? I thought, you may have thought that it looked good. She knew from the moment it left her hand. She's such an expert player. She just knew. She was already going, cursing it as it left her hand. She knew it didn't feel right. 3 for Beck. So,
It's me.
after 2 have thrown for both teams, scoring leg 2 so far. Lads not out 12 pins. Gutter Nutters 7. Matt the skipper now coming off a lovely 8 in his first leg. What can he do for us? Oof. Speedy.
A double bounce there.
Zipped down the alley.
Might have overcooked it a bit. his foot off the gas.
Yeah. Oh, now then. That does make this shot tricky. I mean, he's got to go for the cluster on the right. Surely, just because of the numbers. He has. Yeah. He'd have been disappointed not to get one more.
That first one didn't quite go.
5 scored to take the lads' subtotal to 17 pins.
It's like a bump ball or something. That seemed to like.
Yeah, the first one I thought I just wanted to do a bit gentle because the velocity in my hand.
Lance now for Gutter Nutters needs 10 to level things up. Only 3. It looked like it would look like it should do more, but there's some power behind Lance's deliveries. He's cleared out that right side now, leaving a nice little cluster here. Semi-abandoned the rat. Has he? Oh, just nicked a 1 for a 6.
There you go.
13.
One leg each in the Battle of Matamars. Enjoying it already.
So, after the first 3 have thrown for both teams in this second leg, Lads Night Out have a 4-pin advantage. Next up for the lads, it'll be Tom. Now, Tom's 3 is, I think, fair to say, definitely subpar for his
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's just
his averages. So he'll be looking to put that aside now and just play his usual game. And there he goes. No, I have, but it's
Just his man.
Just a string of vests.
judging by the aromas coming out of it, it's coming off for the beer leg, I tell you. Oh, that answers that question. It wasn't me.
see,
Now
guilty
then.
conscience.
Tom's got a little chance here. What's he done? Oh, yes! Now, there's the perfect way to answer a little under par 3 in your first leg is to smash an 8 in your second. That takes the Lads Night Out team up to 25 pins after 4 thrown, which means that Stu needs 12 now to bring things together, and I'm going to have to take off the Christmas jumper.
That's a very delicate removal of the Christmas jumper.
Bizarrely, it now smells of curry, and I don't know why.
They will harbour flavours from years gone by.
But it's been washed. Oh, now then. That's an unfortunate lie. He's got the mini king, but that wing pin there is going to cause him some difficulty for a big score. Ah, that's a shame. Stu's just pulled it. Yeah, it's a good pickup, but 5 scored. Takes the Nutters to 18 pins.
Nice 8.
So, 7-pin lead for the lads. Brian is now up.
Yes, of course. Have a sip.
Bowling is number 5.
Before he delivers.
He always has to lubricate his throat before he delivers the
Yeah,
ball.
he does. A good swing.
Yes, it's just his part of his pre-delivery routine.
Yeah.
I mean, I presume he's aware of
A lovely kingpin strike again.
Yeah, he did.
But this is a bit of an unfortunately spread out split though.
king on the left hand side.
He's definitely got to go. Yeah, he's got to go left and hit that with the right angle. Give himself a chance. Now then, has he got it? Oh, too straight. Now he's got to play the odds here and aim for the. He's got to aim for the centre pin and try and nick out the one to the right. He's gone for it. Just the one. 6.
Good.
It's certainly more than good enough.
Yeah.
Maintains a strong score at 31 pins for 5 throws for the lads. "13 behind are the Nutters. Jerry with a bit of a task. But Jerry is another trooper of the game, and he knows where all the pins are and how to get there.
You'd never know the difference, honestly.
Would you? Matthew's drinking Doom Bar Zero. So I have two problems with that. One, that in fact it's 0% alcohol beer, and two, that it's Doom Bar. But Matt, as a responsible and upright citizen of the borough, is driving.
I thought that was quite nice last week, but now it's kind of like...
Now you're sober.
There's like 12 lemons in it and Maltesers.
Oh, what are you having?
Oh, citrus Maltese.
And it's ice cold. You know.
Really?
It's
It won't taste of anything.
It's
then.
still better than a fizzy
Yeah,
carbonated.
but you want to just warm
Caramel
it.
Now
based.
then, Jerry really needs to pull out something special with this shot here. Oh, and it's a great third shot to deliver a 7, but it's not really going to help the gutter nutters to catch up.
Spare territory.
Yeah.
Just need to put it into the spare so you don't.
The lads' night out are 6 pins ahead, plus whatever Alan can deliver. So really, I think for safety, a 6, and North will really put the pressure on Dave. He'll have to have a 12 spare to level things up. So, and Alan coming off at Super 8 should be feeling confident. Well, he is, obviously.
Yeah. Like a kind of wrecking ball in the middle there.
He's going to start with the round side first and cross the alley. Pulled it slightly. He'll be a little bit disappointed.
But that is his
He
favourite
glances
system.
over at the commentary booth with a little wry smile there, but now he's going across the alleyway. Oh, nearly. Solid 7. Certainly keeps the pressure on. 38 pins, the lads total.
Very much in there. So
Dave for gutter
this is
nutters.
ballpark of last game out for us.
Needs 13 for the draw, 14 for the win. It's certainly not impossible. It's just very, very difficult. Now then. Is Dave taking quite a long run up. He's going to put some power behind this. Some really
Smoothest delivery.
smooth and powerful.
Possible. It's just about possible.
This is just about possible. I mean, he's got to hit an absolutely golden strike on this quarter pin. And he very, very nearly did. That was a superb second ball.
He's a pretty decent skipper,
He
isn't
is.
he?
He is.
Yeah, he got less than 30 last
You'd
week.
like-
He said that was the first time that he couldn't tell me when the previous last time that happened.
Yes. Well, I tell you what, as efforts go, that was
So close.
really close to putting some pressure on us there. As it is, Gutter Nutters have lost the second leg as well by 34 pins to Lads Night Out's 38. And that's 2 legs to nil for the lads, so that's 4 points to nothing. And now the beer leg. If there are any of you new to our Skittles videos, just to let you know, the beer leg, it's leg 3. It simply means that if you score fewer pins than your opponent, you need to buy them a drink. And if they score fewer than you, they need to buy you a drink. The usual currency is a soft drink.
It doesn't, I mean, if someone asks you for something other than that, it does tend to never be forgotten. Someone asked me for a glass of white wine once, when it was about 5 years ago.
I'd like someone to ask me to get them a mocktail.
Go and make
I'm
sure.
enjoying the fact that you've got.
I'm slightly weird. It's starting to smell like curry, but maybe it's me. It smells like curry. But yeah, no, I've dropped the knitwear for this one.
Comment ends there. Well, so you say. I mean, you get up in the middle of the afternoon, don't you? You've got nothing to
Here he goes. Straight through. is to get obviously 6 these next 2 balls.
Exactly the same. He's put the pressure on himself here with his final shot for the beer.
Yeah, I think. Well, let's see
I'm going
what
to say
happens.
a 4.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3.
You're correct, Matt. Never with that He's bucking all of the rules of the lads' night out. We're an anti-jumper side, as we know.
I can't do sleeves
Yeah.
my bowling.
Yeah.
It kind of
Can't
catchy.
beat that, yeah. I mean, the Christmas jumper, I think, is, well, who knows? It's had an odd effect on Simon there, hasn't it? Because he's shot down to a 3. We've got to see where we go from here. It's early days in leg 3. But Beck's hammer home the advantage. That's the question, isn't it? Abingdon Bridge is tasting very pleasant tonight, I'd say.
I love Abingdon Bridge.
I do.
It's a fine ale.
I do. Well, interestingly, tasted to me, it had has notes of Abingdon Bridge about it, which pleased me no end.
It's got a lovely kind of smooth finish, hasn't it?
Yeah, but good bitterness without too much malt. This has moved. We're not even commentating anymore. We're just talking in tedious terms about beer.
Loose Cannon Brewery.
Yeah, actually,
Feel
we
free
can
to
get
sponsor us, you know.
yeah.
We've got the wave of t-shirts here.
We can get connections there because Nina used to work there. So Albert's mum. She was working there until quite recently.
I've missed a 6 for Bex. Back to form for Bex. Rob's been left with a little chevron line. That's not bad.
Is that a Rob?
I mean, there's a 7 on here without having to worry too much about tricky angles. Has he got it? Oh, yes, he has.
You're ready for Rob?
Undoes some of my damage already, which is quite good. It was. So after 2 have thrown for both teams in the leg 3,
This is where it really kicks off, Lance, isn't it?
10 pins to the lads' night out, 11 pins to the Nutters. Lance now. Just like me, he's found the gap. They're easy to find, aren't they, Lance, those gaps? They are they? There's loads of them! There's loads of them! No, that was a bounce back. Was that a bounce back?
I'm opening there.
No, well, they're not even looking, are they? Was it a bounce back or was it a... Unfortunately, I can't see the action replay. Yeah.
It's got to go back up.
Back one, back up,
back
please.
up.
The back one.
We've got it.
We've got it. Get to Facebook, quick, it's on there. Ask Facebook audience.
But if we can just
Oh. That's the idea. Split up.
This is not really a splitter. He asked to play for
I know. That's why it's funny. As I said to Lance, you'd have loved to play with us, but Matt basically said, fuck off. Oh, yeah. He does. So, Lance is single. Ooh, a little skip on the alley from that ball. Not a great lie for Matt, although he has now pulled the lads ahead. There is an 8 here, but it's got to be, again, very accurate. 5. 5.
How in the zone?
15 pins to lads. No, not yet.
Oh, Lance.
Yeah, but you still want to let him play. Okay.
It was for the good of the club.
Stu's found a cheeky little way through.
Dear me. That was all over the place. It was literally all over the place. Just to go back to me.
What yours? 3 there.
All over the shop. I must be bowling my eyes closed or something.
Oh, Stu is happy. Yeah, that's 2.
2.
It's 2 for Stu. Well, I mean, he's having an absolute. This is just not him. 14 pins after 4. Lads like Arrow 15 after 3. So Tom basically, if he hits 1, he's drawn. Everything else,
Did it so you could get a game.
he can score is a lead. Now then, a poor 3 in the first leg, fantastic 8. Where's his bowling at now? Wow. Not the start he would have wanted, but it was just a whisker away. Oh no! Come on, Tom. You found the gap again. Rather like myself, all the pressure on this final shot. Just a 2. So he's rolled over his beer leg with Stu on a 2. Still, the lads do carry a slim lead, 17 pins to 14.
This is going to go down, isn't it? Poor old Alan in the last leg again.
Into the 5th throws. Now, Jerry looking like he's jamming the ball into his palm there, really sorting that grip out. Well, it didn't pay off for him.
To put it back in.
Yeah, just so we remember. It's fine.
It's changed sides on the alley now. Looking for a different angle. Another gap. And it almost felt like that fell out of his hand. Quite a few people seem to be having grip issues this evening, myself included.
Yeah.
It's been. Did you moisten the club for your satisfaction yet, Simon, or are you going to just go on?
Yes. Now, there we go. Great pickup, Joe. Great pickup.
No claps. That's nutters from 6.
No.
1 clap for 7.
Yep. Jerry's 6 has stopped the rot a little bit for the nutters, pulled them up to 20. So Brian needs 3,
This is a very...
which normally we would snigger at, but basically, you know, we've had one of our top players, top scorers, Tom, put in a 2. I mean, I'm nowhere near one of our top scorers, but I've only put in a 3. And Matt's only managed a 5. No offence,
all
but you know
over
what I mean?
the shop.
He's always got. The other thing about Brian's last set, it has to occur once the balls have been returned and all pins are up.
Yes.
He can't have it before then.
He fully,
Hence him being so slow to the alley.
he fully takes on your don't rush the oki
Well, it
teaching.
wasn't right. I mean, that,
Oh, hasn't worked for him.
I have to say, came as so many nonsense phrases of Skittles from Mr. Cooper.
Mr. Gary Cooper, formerly of this parish. If you're watching, Gary, cheers. Well, my goodness. My goodness.
Have a lead.
So, Brian needs
Bloody pissed off.
a few more, to be honest, if he wants to come out of this with a lead. He's done.
I think we all need a Christmas break.
Everyone's a bit tired.
Yeah.
So he's scored another 2 to take the score after 5 have thrown for both teams in this third leg. 19 pins to Lads Night Out, 20 pins to the Nutters. Can the Nutters pull out
I think we're going to lose 6-4.
a spectacularly piss poor beer leg win? And I mean that with all respect, because I think
in shrapnel here, I'm so annoyed.
You're not used to it. Cheers, Brian.
Now then, Dave from Gutter Nutters, can he pounce? No, even Dave has got the beer leg yips. What is wrong with everybody?
It's weird, isn't it?
Something's not right.
I blame the music.
Lack thereof. Just fast forward.
I'm changing it.
Now then. He only just nicked a 3. Only just nicked a 3.
Still got another ball there.
Well, the king is still there, and there's angles here for, I would say, a 7. No! What's going on with everyone? Only 3 for Dave, which is so far below his par. It's to be. So, Dave posts a 3, which takes the Nutters to 23.
19 we've got.
Lads not out 19.
Jesus. Sorry. Taking the Lord's name in vain.
4 for a draw from Alan, 5 for a win, and the match win for the lads. Well, he's halfway there.
There's 3.
1 pin for a draw, 2 or more for the win. Now then, what's he going to do? He just takes the 2. The absolute minimum required for the win. Oh my goodness, 24 pins to 23, one of the lowest scoring for both teams. Means that Lads Night Out take the 3rd leg, and now it's 3 legs to 0, 6-0. So effectively, Lads have won the game. But as I said at the beginning, if you were with us, dear viewer, Lads Night Out are 12 points behind the Gutter Nutters in the table, but we have a game in hand. So if we can steal another 2 or 4 points, that will really set us up for catching. I believe I am.
Well, let's wipe that video as soon as we get home.
Tape over the cup final with EastEnders or something like that. No, that was Matt's tape. It said Matt's tape. Good opening there.
Opening gambit. That's a great start, because hopefully everyone can forget about the beer leg and just move on with our lives.
I was, somehow the second half.
Loving this work from Newts. Jumper off is always the correct way to go. It just took a little while for his body to adjust.
The jumper needs to be a bit before you start.
Yeah.
It's got something there. Jumper off. A maximum there for Simon.
Couldn't have done that for the beer leg though, could I?
No, you still felt the warmth of the jumper. You'd removed it too late.
There is a lack of curry smell now. That felt pleasing.
That was really methodical and kind of, well, you didn't rush.
No.
It was very good.
No.
Was that all rad? Was that pure rad?
That was pure rad work.
Pure.
You know I don't like to move away from the rad, especially in the Winter League. It's cold. Cold on the other side of the alley.
I was thinking, I thought for a moment you might have rolled over your beer leg, but no, you were crushed.
Sadly, I was crushed in the beer. Yet I then.
Thanks to me and you, we managed to get something.
But I'm a team player, Alan, so I was thinking we're the game in hand, but 12 points behind these guys. I need to pull out for their league position. Now, Nye was a little unlucky. There is an 8 here. That trio on the right are available. Left as you look at it live on Facebook. Just the one at that. Give him a little ripple. I haven't checked, of course, because it is my phone that we're using to do the live stream. That the live stream is on.
Yeah.
Alex is good viewing, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think you were talking about leg 1.
I don't want to check his mind's broadcasting music.
No, don't do that.
Maybe not for real connoisseurs of quality skids. You know, it's nice to have legs that there's only a pin in.
We did have a comment on one of our YouTube videos where someone said, I've been playing Skittles for years, this is some of the worst Skittles I've ever seen. And I did explain to him that we're a very friendly open league and we have teenagers through to 70-year-olds. Next time he's passing, why doesn't he come have a pint and give us some tips?
So no,
Sadly, no reply.
Why doesn't he come down and give us a game?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Show us his. Yeah. But you see, we don't like to take it too seriously because then you become a wizened, bitter sort of person that likes to put negative comments on YouTube videos. And all of us are very positive and happy people. Here comes Rob for the lads. He's found it again. He's coming off a 6, a 7, and a 7.
He's on fire.
He is on fire. The Welsh dragon in him is fully lit.
That looks good. No, put it over a bit.
He's allowed to make one mistake in the game, though, isn't he? That was it, though. So there he goes again. Oh, that was unlucky.
That was close.
Definitely gone against one of his players. A 5.
For me, that's the game. It's one beautiful first shot. It's about the follow up to a lovely kingpin strike.
Yeah,
that's
it is.
where Skittles comes truly.
Or missing with your first 2 and then absolutely crapping yourself because you've got to
Yeah,
try.
but I think that's what makes the difference between a good player and not. Is that they will always follow up a decent kingpin to something good, whereas most of us we can't hit it with percentage.
Here's Becky from the Gutternuts, who is an excellent player, and again, perhaps like a few players this evening, is just not connecting ball to Skittle as you would usually expect them to. It is a 3. So after 2 have thrown for both teams, Gutternutters 9, Lads Night Out 14.
Not used to being this early.
Well, yeah, you put yourself there.
Yeah.
I'd say. You've been moving yourself.
I'm
around.
trying
I think
everything.
You need to, I think where you need to be is 4, 5, and 6.
Lads Night Out, skipper Matthew up next, coming off an 8 and 2 5s.
Full of 4, 5s, and 6s. When we've got Tom, Matt, myself,
Another one.
someone's going to play in the long familiar.
There's been a lot of that happening this evening. A lot of that missing the king and sailing through. And now he's done it to the other side. Goodness me. Now, in this situation, you've just got to keep your cool. That's the key thing is to just relax. Try again, because the chance of missing it 3 times is so small. You might as well bang it. Oh dear!
I'm dropped. I'm definitely dropping myself. Jesus wept. That was pretty
That's a
cool.
50 pence syrup, man.
That is a 50 pence fine for the duck.
Here's
The goose egg.
the 50p.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, that's
But
four.
it's catching
That's
because Lance
4
has
in a
done
row.
exactly the same thing. Cleared out the back row. 3 scored. Now then, the king is still there, and actually a good strike will clear these. Has he got it? Just 5 scored, but that was 5 more than Matt managed.
Certainly was.
And that has equalised after 3 have thrown for both teams. It's 14 pins apiece.
Yeah, it's I feel like I've let the lads down.
No, just like I did in the beer leg, but we won there eventually. So look, it's all right as long as the rest of them don't collapse. So now Tom, who's coming off a bizarre for him, 3, 8, and 2.
Funny range of scores for Tom.
He deserves another 8. I mean, that would be more along the sort of the lines of his usual performance would be. He pulled that one. He's just not looking comfortable
No.
on the alley. I don't know why.
We're all too busy worrying about Christmas shopping.
Only 2 again. Now the king's still there, but the angles are not ideal for a clearance. But I mean, there's got to be a 7 here. Yes.
Tom. Good pick up. Yeah, that was important.
Matt, can I ask a very personal question?
Not if it's about Skittles.
How many zeros do you think you've ever had?
I don't know.
I mean, I suspect the number, we could count them on the fingers of one hand.
Yes, I think I've had at least, I've definitely had 2.
Yeah.
But,
Before tonight, you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay. They are, I mean, they're still hen's teeth. That is, I mean, it's one to record that little bit of the Facebook Live feed. That's all I'm saying.
A historical moment. Now, Stu, the Gutter Nutters, who again for him is coming off a very odd 4, 5 and 2. He's had a great first ball. 4 with his first.
It's a 35.
Oh, it nearly wobbled another.
He hit a 35 last week. So
Yes.
he commented to you about it. He likes to tell you about it.
Yeah! Yes, look at that. A little bit of showboating from Stu, and well deserved. That's more like what we're used to. And of course he rolled over his beer leg with Tom after they both got 2, and he's taken the half pint from Tom. He's closed everything up for us, so now, after 4 have thrown for both teams, the lads not out 21 pins. Gutter Nutters 22. 2 to go for each team. Brian next. Now Brian again has had a bit of a bouncer. 5, a 6, a 2. I notice he's going to be unbalanced. Look, there's 1 turned up, and 1 not. This must affect his balance.
That's his usual way.
Well, he's a right-hander, so it's not counteracting. Let's have a look.
We're almost determined to lose this leg.
Well, I thought we were quite determined to lose the last one, but oh dear! Now he's got to go right, surely. Got to go for that cluster.
Yeah.
The angle there, and then to the right. Yeah, you could.
It's the kind of thing I would have done in the old days when I could play Skittles.
Here he goes. He has gone there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unlucky there.
that is unlucky. They're not to take down 1 or 2 more. Posted another 5. Takes the lads up to 26. So Jerry for Gutter Nutters needs 4 to draw everything level. Any more than 4
So we're only 4
is the lead.
This is going to put us in a tricksy position.
How long is Lust for Life?
Quite long. I think I'm sure your streaming service will tell you the length.
It's very long.
He's been unlucky there.
That was a little unlucky. It looked like it should have knocked at least 1 and possibly 2 more with it. There is an angle on that quarter pin, but he's missed it. No, he hasn't.
What will hit it?
I take that
See,
back.
now,
Our angle
he's
to
been
the
doing this a
we're off to
long
the
time.
side of the alley, and that little parallax error just foxed me. I thought he'd missed it. Hello. Great clearance. Great clearance. Jerry decided there was enough playing around by the. He knew that was the time to just take control. Poster 9, and that has taken the Nutters to 31 pins. To the lads' night out, 26. Now, Alan needs to get 5 just to bring us level. So really, he's got to post a spare to give us any chance of... I mean, unless Dave has another absolute nightmare 3 like he did in his beer leg.
I think that I can't see that.
I can't see that happening. Lightning can't strike twice, can it? Oh no. That was harsh, yeah. Alan said he was disappointed. I think we all were. It just seemed like it should have taken 2 or 3 more. That was lovely. It was a lovely sweeping movement just to take out the front row.
Yeah.
The clearance is going to be tricky here, and we really needed a spare.
The old shot that comes all the way round.
Well played, lovely 8. It does at least mean that Dave is going to have to actually do something. Lads not out with Alan's 8 finish on 34 pins. The Nutters currently sit on 31 with Dave. Now, Dave only scored 3 on his last leg, which would, if he did that again, would only mean a draw. So, you've got to think that Dave's feeling a bit of pressure. I know that, normally a 3 is so an outlier in his prowess levels, but in the back of his mind, Skittles is such a psychological game, as you know. What can he do?
Once you start missing.
Well, he's taken the 3.
He needs one more.
He's got the draw. The kingpin's still available, but there's lots of gaps still. In fact, all the gaps are still there. All the gaps are still there, though, as well.
There it is.
That's all you needed.
Don't be greedy, Dave.
He's taken the win for that leg by 1 Skittle, but of course, he wants to wipe out that unfortunate 3 with a big score.
It's a bit like...
So this is going to be tricky. Yeah.
I mean, they've just turned... The Skittles have become angry.
Yeah,
Because
they want a Christmas break.
Dave scores again for him a below par 5, but he does mean that he's taken the leg. 36 pins to 34. Lads Night Out have won 3 legs. Gutter Nutters 2. So the score is Gutter Nutters 2 points. Lads Night Out 6. Now again, Gutter Nutters will be desperate to try and take another 2 points off the lads. The lads, with their game in hand, will want to try and put the hammer down and try and get an 8-point win. So here's Nye for the Nutters with his last throws of the evening. Misses with the first, which so many of us have.
No thanks, I'm on the... You're on the 0? Yeah, and I've got a whole bottle. No, it'll be fine. Yeah. It doesn't go down as quick. It doesn't...
Oh, Nye. That's really unfortunate. He's been posting some great scores. He'd be very disappointed to end with a 3.
Can you score? Oh no.
Leaves him on 24.
Can't score around.
I've got to go now.
Good luck, Simon. Excellent there from Simon. So he's got all 9 down. Now, if he racked up, well done.
I don't like the pressure this now puts on me to not miss.
Don't think about it. Just start it as afresh. Don't even think about it.
I feel slightly guilty of making my own son do a bit of extra work.
No, he's had a few where he doesn't pick up any.
He's only more than 1 hour. I hit the 3 with that one, but I actually thought when it left my hand, I thought there was a 4 on there. 35 with a 12.
That's a decent spare ball.
I feel quite comfortable with that. It has to be said.
You found a 35.
That was marvellous.
Jumper removal late. That's what that is. It's just late jumper.
This is true. That's I think my highest score of the season. So, after one has thrown from each, the lads have posted a 9-pin lead. Now Becky here, 6, 3, 6 and 3. Bouncing all over the place, but there she goes. That's what we would expect. 5 with that first ball. Good clustering here for an 8.
Even one ball to play. It's possible.
Oh no, she's called it a nut miss. I mean,
Caught it.
I'd be happy with that, but Becky was looking for the clearance. 7 she has. Can she finish with an 8? I think it would be a better reflection of her usual performance. Just squeaked past the gap. Well played, Becky. Oh, thank you, sir. She, Becky posts her highest leg score of the evening to finish on 25. So, lads are still 2 pins ahead after only 1 is thrown. Rob now has the chance to cement a lead. Oh, that looked and sounded lovely, but was unlucky not to take 2 more with it.
I'm going to say so, but that won't be our first spare of the season. Well done.
No, we have had another spare. Martin, I believe.
We have another spare.
We've definitely had a spare before because I remember shouting in one of the videos.
Let's take the edges. 5,
Yeah.
30.
Good. Really good.
30 post there by Rob.
Yeah.
6, 7 and 7, it was all ascending nicely and finishes with 2 5s, but 30 is the kind of the par score that you aim for in Skittles.
Well, we do.
We do. I mean, not, yeah.
I think
Because we enjoy this as a social event. I know other people watching may think that's very low.
that's a good bit of power there from Lance.
That was quite strong. Look at that. It's left one. We always like it when one is left spinning on the alley like a helicopter. He's got this centre pin. Oh, now then. Lovely. It's going to be tricky.
That's flown. That bird has flown.
Oh, I love it. And Lance has been playing really well. His last couple of games, he's now north of 30, and that 7, I think, has a little glimpse of where he should be. But only 24 pins scored this evening.
I feel like it's a bit of a journey for me to match that.
All we ever say, Matt, all the requirement is beat your man, isn't
Yes. So I'm on 18 at the moment.
it? Yeah, 7 required.
So,
Yeah.
after 3 have thrown for Nutters, they're on 17 pins. After 2 have thrown for Lads Night Out, they're on 17 pins as well. So Matt now, whatever he scores, is the lead. So we'd be hoping that he doesn't duplicate his 0 in the last leg. I mean, that was very much not what we'd expect. And there we go. He's put that to rest now. He's laid that particular ghost to rest.
2 zeros.
He's left with a sort of stretched diamond formation. Oh! Now then, just another kingpin nudge, and there's definitely an 8 on here. Ah, it's unlucky.
He's just drawn with his man. He's drawn with his
Pulled
man.
out a
With
6. 24 with a 0 is nothing to be sniffed at.
I'm going to give up bowling and just do the scoring.
All that happens is you have to just drop yourself for a game. Because
I have done that several times.
I mean, you did this week, didn't you? But then you were back in.
So after
Simon's back.
3 have
week I
bowled for
dropped
both teams, Lads Night Out have a lead of 6 pins. 17 to the Nutters, 23 to L&O.
It's interesting.
Now, next up is Stu. Now, Stu had a very, for him, poor first 3 legs, 4, 5 and 2. Then he smashed in an 8, which was much more like it. What can he do in his last leg? Not the start he would be looking for. A little under-the-breath muttering from him there. Now then. He's picked his target. Just too fine a cut, and it didn't have quite enough impetus to take anything else out on the as it flew across. Last ball now for Stu. Oh, he's changed his mind, changed his stance. Oh, just whistled past the kingpin. just 3 have scored. He will be quite gutted with that 20.
Have a word with the captain. I'm sure you're right.
I think Martin's had one.
Somebody's had a spare this season. I remember commenting on it.
I think Martin's had one.
Oh, hello Tom. That's a better start. Now these are quite a spread out line, but again a kingpin strike. He pulled that, and the ball then of course found the gap. But there's still a solid 8 on here. Oh, that is unlucky. Unlucky, Tom. Six scored for Tom with that 6.
It's a really odd score.
Now then, after 4 have thrown for both teams, that puts Lads Not Out on 29 pins. Nutters on 20. Jerry now coming off a 9. Needs to really pull out a spare. The old back skittle trick shot, but technically impressive, but doesn't count for much.
I have to have a look at the stats. I can't believe as yet. To update the NNO stats.
That was a lovely kingpins hit from Jerry.
Still a possible 7.
But I mean, 7 is probably the best that he can hope for here. And he's got it, and that will take him to top score for his team. 36 for Jerry. Lovely score. Top score for his team by 10 Skittles.
Dave's currently sitting at 24.
Yeah. So, after 5 have thrown for the Nutters, they've posted 27 pins. Lads Not Out after 4 on 29. So Brian.
At least Brian can't do what he did to me the other leg where he left me like in the shit.
Brian has
can't leave me
can relax and just sort of play for his own personal scores. 3 per ball is all you need. Oh no, he pulled one ball out of the box and then rejected it. He's gone for another one. There is his trademark little spin. Oh, lovely and very unfortunate just not to nick that back pin. An 8 is on here, but the angle's got to be just right. The 9's tricky for a right-hander though, Alan.
Oh, I know it is, but it is there.
He's gone for it. He has gone for it. Oh, that was always the risk. But I think with our advantage in pit lead, it was the right move. He played for the team there, not for his own personal averages, and that's why Brian is a solid citizen.
Play for the team would be to just get 1 or 2 more pins instead of attempting 3. I think he went for the goal.
No,
he did. Yes,
he did the Hollywood. You know when the keeper dives in an acrobatic, unnecessary way.
No,
he could have just dived normally.
Brian knew that. So,
did he beat his man?
Dave now. Lovely kingpin strike.
Oh, he's not got that.
Probably deserved one more, and this is not looking. Yeah, it's not looking good for a spare, which is what he needs.
So that he needs 9 to make.
Again, the angle meant the ball didn't clear anything else there on its way through. I mean, the 8 is quite tricky here because it's quite straight on, and to get the angle. Oh, he's whistled through, and you can tell by his strides to the chalkboard that he was not happy with that.
Sub 30 again.
29 for Dave. Takes the Nutters to 32. The lads are already on 35. Nutters have lost the last leg. Alan now just needs to play for his personal averages. The game, we always knew the game was in the bag, but now the 8-2 lead that lads would have wanted is secured.
I was on for a good score tonight.
Alan is on for a good score. He's coming off an 8-7, a 5 and an 8. And the pressure's off in terms of having to win the leg, so he should just enjoy this. Let's see. Perhaps don't enjoy it. Perhaps get a bit more focused, Alan. Perhaps pretend that we need 7 to win or something. Oh dear. Think of your averages, Alan. Just 4. He'll be disappointed. He will be disappointed with that. 32 from Alan. The lads take the last leg 39 pins to 32 and the match 8 points to 2. Now taking 8 points off the Nutters with a game in hand, and they're in third place in the table and we are fourth is pretty good. An enjoyable match as ever, while the final scores are totted, the totals are totalised. The sticker up is applauded, and we'll do the traditional handshaking / fist pumping / elbow touching, and I'll leave you with the ambience of the club.